A new era in Pima football dawned Friday night with a spectacular sunset to open play on the Rough Riders' new football field situated just north of their new high school. State Senator David Gowan was on hand to cheer for the Riders, who had the game ball delivered via medical helicopter. After winning the coin toss and deferring to the second half, the Riders found themselves on defense to open up.
Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill is the spot in Thatcher to enjoy healthy Hawaiian food with a friendly atmosphere and great service. Order in person or by the phone or online to see the tasty treat everyone is talking about. That's Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill.
Facing a 3rd and 8 on their opening drive, Cade Finch rolls to his right but can't find anyone open, so he puts on the afterburners and scrambles for a first into Rough Rider territory to the 45. But on the very next play, the defense pressures Finch, and after being hit while attempting a pass, Emmett McBiles comes down with the INT and brings it back to the Pima 48. Joe Lunchbox Palmer then got the call and had his longest run of the night on his very first carry as he went 10 yards into Elks territory. A low snap threw off the mojo, however, and Rooster Alder ultimately coughs up the ball, and it's recovered by the Elks' Cason Finch. After a Round Valley punt, McBiles drops back to pass, and after scanning the field, he hits Caden Davis over the middle for 34 yards just past midfield. Then on 2nd and 8, McBiles steps up into the pocket and hits Rooster over the middle, and Alder takes it 27 yards down the right sideline. Just as Pima's getting it going offensively, Comrade Earhart comes on the blindside blitz and sacks McBiles for a loss. And on the very next play, a low snap leads to a mistimed handoff with Palmer, and Brody Kilapolo recovers the fumble for Round Valley. Facing their own big 3rd and 7, Finch rolls to his right and then rolls some more before ultimately hooking up with Earhart for the first down. And after 1 quarter of play, both sides remained stalemated without a score.
Kempton Chevrolet is proud to sponsor our local varsity football athletes. We're fueling their drive with community support, helping these young stars shine on and off the field. Visit Kempton Chevrolet in Safford for great deals on your next auto and to cheer on our hometown heroes. Kempton Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
The Elks went with a little play action to start the second, and Brenton Walker fights for the first down. Then it was what the crick as Brody Crick runs around the left end for a big pickup. And then Crick says, "Hold my Gatorade," as he goes 17 yards up the gut untouched to pay dirt to record the first touchdown on Pima's new field. And with the ensuing extra point, the Elks took an early 7-0 lead with 10:42 left in the second quarter. The downward swing for Pima continued on the ensuing kickoff as Davis muffed the kick and the Riders opened their first second quarter possession from their own 14. And after failing to move the ball, Pima punted and the Elks took control in Riders territory at the 45. And it was right back into the air for the Elks as Finch can't find anyone initially, but buys some time in the pocket and directs traffic before lobbing a nice toss to Earhart for a 33-yard pickup, and the Elks are knocking on the door again. But out of the scrum, Mason Skinner comes up with the fumble recovery to turn the ball back over to Pima and thwart the Elks. But now the Riders are backed up and they need some breathing room, and McBiles fires one deep to Corona between 2 defenders, and Keegan snags the ball and heads upfield into Elks territory for a big 32-yard pickup. Pima would eventually have to punt, however, and Round Valley came back with a Finch keeper, followed up by this big Crick run all the way into the red zone down to the 13-yard line. And on 4th and 4 with time running out in the half, Finch finds Crick wide open for the 7-yard TD, and Round Valley comes into Pima and takes a 14-0 lead into the break.
With amenities designed to keep patients comfortable and relaxed, Copper Hills Dental is your choice for anxiety-free dentistry. Visit our website and Facebook page or simply call 428-2750 to schedule your appointment today. That's Copper Hills Dental.
Pima got the ball to start the third, but McBiles faced intense pressure and Jackson Crick registers a hard-hitting sack. Round Valley's on the move now. As Finch goes back to pass, the ball goes just off J.J. Logan's hands and then bounces off Earhart just enough to allow Rooster Alder his Troy Palamalu moment, and the Rooster snags the ball out of the air just before it hits the ground for the Riders' second INT of the night. But on 4th and 4, the Elks defense comes up with the pressure, and McBiles' pass is incomplete, turning the ball back over to Round Valley. And the Elks went right back to Crick, who went to that left side he likes so much and gathers another big gain for a first down. And then the seas part as Brennan Brown and Lane Hill open up the lane for Crick, and forget about it, he gone. 30 yards to pay dirt for his third touchdown of the night. And when the ball's bouncing your way, it just keeps on going as Brenton Walker gathers the bad snap and does the fire drill, getting around the corner to the pylon, or just about, and the Elks are up 22-0 over Pima late in the third. But here come them Riders as McBiles drops back and hits Davis for a big pickup into Elks territory. But on 4th and 11, Earhart comes around the right side and goes past two Riders to sack McBiles and turn the ball over to the Elks with just 1 quarter left to play.
Roadrunner Rehab has been helping Gila Valley residents and athletes achieve their peak performance for over 30 years. They are now offering occupational therapy and adult speech therapy to assist in all your rehabilitation needs. Whether they're getting you back to work or back on the field, they're here to help you.
Crick opened the 4th quarter by dancing in the pocket before reversing his field and then weaving his way 30 yards to the end zone, and the Elks are running away with it up 29-0. But the Riders continued to battle, and McBiles hit Corona on a screen, and Keegan did the rest for a big first down. Then it was deja vu a few plays later all over again as the McBiles to Corona connection gets another first. And after not finding anyone open, McBiles is going to show off his legs a bit as he jaunts down for a first along the left sideline before he's rudely shoved by Titan Myers into the Round Valley coaches after going out of bounds. And then a few plays later, McBiles overshoots his receiver, and who's there for the pick but Myers, who gathers it in for the turnover. And then late in the game with time running out, Pima attempted a fake punt that ended with Bryce fumbling the ball, and it's being recovered by Jackson Crick.
Mount Graham Regional Medical Center will soon be opening a 24/7 cardiac cath lab, offering immediate emergency health care for STEMI heart attacks, faster diagnosis, and full cardiology services when you need it most.
Okay, so the game's over. There's 45 seconds left to play, and you're up 29-0. Round Valley is going to get in victory formation and down the ball and leave with the win in style. No, they're not running a play, and they did, and they just blew football protocol with Myers running it in from 27 yards out. That's gonna bite them back with some football karma down the road, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. The refs know what's up. They just wind the clock and don't even let Round Valley kick it off again, as the Elks run it up and hold Pima scoreless, 36-0 in the inaugural game at the Riders' new field. Reporting from Pima for the Gila Herald, I'm John Johnson.